Don't you just love all the apologists coming out of the woodwork who are championing M103, the anti-blasphemy motion that condemns Islamophobia without even defining the term? Just consider the likes of Faisal Cuddy, who teaches law at Valparaiso University in Indiana, and Osgood Hall in Toronto. In a Toronto Star opinion piece published back on February 20th, Cuddy made mention of 2 points that are embraced by just about all M103 supporters. First, M103 is not a bill, it's a non-binding motion asking the government to study systemic racism and religious discrimination. Secondly, M103 is not giving preference to a community, but rather is tackling a pressing issue by responding to a petition on Islamophobia presented last year after hate against Muslims more than doubled in a 2-year period. So, in a nutshell, Cuddy and his ilk claim there's nothing to fear about M103 given that it's only a harmless goodwill gesture, really. Okay, for the sake of argument, let's say that I accept that premise, that M103 is really much ado about nothing. Then how about this as a countermeasure to M103, namely, will a single member of Parliament, and I don't care if you're a Liberal, a Conservative, New Democrat, Bloc Québécois, or Green, can just one of you muster the testicular fortitude to table a motion that simply states the following, quote, "The Dominion of Canada shall never be beholden to Sharia law," end quote. That's it, that's all, just a harmless feel-good motion to put our collective minds at ease. And if you don't think there's truly a need for such clarity, folks, well, think again. 12 years ago, Sharia law for family disputes almost became an entrenched reality in Ontario. This garnered worldwide attention, not to mention widespread condemnation. Thankfully, then Premier Dalton McGuinty flip-flopped on the issue before Sharia law actually became an embarrassing reality, but it was a close call, too close for comfort, I'd argue. And if you don't think there are those in the Muslim community still pining for Sharia law in Canada or singing its praises, you'd also be wrong. I again refer to Islamist apologist Faisal Cuddy, who in addition to defending M103 in his Star column, also took time out to sugarcoat Sharia law. No, really, check out this pithy prose. Quote, "Developed over 1,424 years in diverse societies, Sharia has manifested itself in a range of views. In fact, the inherent diversity and pluralism of the Sharia may be the best tool we have to counter the violent and anti-modern narratives of extremists," end quote. Now, I don't mean to be rude here, but is Cuddy nutty? He actually seems to be advocating the use of Sharia law as a means to counteract Islamic terrorists, although of course he doesn't use that term, because hey, there's nothing inherently extreme about Sharia, is there? I mean, I don't know, the amputation of a hand if someone's caught stealing, or stoning a woman to death if she's committing adultery. I mean, what's worse here? That Cuddy shamelessly peddles such Islamist propaganda, or that he's in a position to teach this toxic trash to impressionable young law students. It should be noted that other Sharia apologists argue that Sharia law is virtually 100% compatible with Canadian law. And if you believe that one, I have a slightly used flying carpet for sale that was only flown to church on Sundays by an elderly infidel. Bottom line, dismissing the potential ramifications of M103 while soft-pedaling Sharia law isn't just nonsense. It's dangerous for those who cherish Western values. So again, I make my plea to any MP in the House of Commons. Table a motion, or better yet, a bill or a law, that clearly states Canada shall never, ever adopt Sharia law, and do so before it's too late. For the Rebel.media, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies. Like what you just saw? Then click subscribe below and never miss another Rebel video.